Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. The single best idea is if you book quality people, somehow they dovetail with the news flow. To this day, I do not understand how that happens. But if you plan on doing a follow-up on Netflix and you have a guest with an incredibly difficult schedule and they say, yeah, we can come in the vicinity of 9 o'clock, and 3 minutes before they get on, literally they're sitting up, getting wired up into the studio, you come out with a hostile takeover. This is Paramount going for Netflix. Geetha Ranganathan of Bloomberg Intelligence owns the high ground. We asked her on the surprise of the moment.
Yeah, not surprised at all, Tom. I mean, we knew they were not going to go away easily. There was so much drama last week, even as we knew that Netflix was kind of closing in on the Warner Brothers deal. But just from, first take, so basically even last week, we know that as Netflix kind of made its offer at just a little bit shy of $28 per share for the studio, Paramount had actually made the offer for a $30 cash bid for all of Warner Brothers Discovery. So the thing is, when you kind of compare the two offers here, the Netflix offer is still superior because it's only for part of the company, the remaining part of the company, which is the TV networks business. We value it at about $4 a share. So you put the value of the total Warner Brothers Discovery assets, the entire portfolio, at $32. So right off the bat, slightly lower than what Netflix is offering, of course.
Sounds like a conversation back a couple decades ago. All of a sudden, maybe we'll hear from someone from Drexel Burnham Lambert here to help us out. Geetha Ranganathan there on Netflix, on Warner Brothers Discovery, on Paramount as well. We continue the conversation. Geetha Ranganathan looking at the dreaded word, synergy.
The synergies. So, when you kind of think about Netflix actually laid out $2 to $3 billion in synergies, and that's with only part of the operation. That's only with the studio and streaming business, and really all of those synergies are just going to come from the streaming business. Because you have HBO Max, you have Netflix. You don't want to run two separate services necessarily, so it's combining the tech stacks. In the case of Paramount, there's a whole lot more of synergies that can be extracted. You have two separate studios. You have two separate or many streaming platforms. You have two different TV networks divisions. So when you kind of look at the savings potential there, obviously it's huge. It just means that Paramount can actually go much higher in terms of a bid.
Geetha Ranganathan, she will have an eventful day, week, and month here, is a soap opera. I love it. I don't know if any of these players are involved in soap operas, but it is a soap opera. Shout out, single best idea, shout out to Lucas Shaw with definitive reporting this weekend for Bloomberg News. We reported of the conversation with Netflix leadership at the White House with the President of the United States. We're there, out on podcasts, on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube podcasts. It's Single Best Idea.